Hello. Welcome to our free jewelry call. I don't know about you, Ashley, but I love free jewelry. How about it? Right?
Yes.
When you can hop on a live stream and know that there is automatically free jewelry that is going to be given away, I want to be there.
I mean, absolutely. Yes.
Right? Well, hello. As you're hopping on, make sure that you let us know #live or #replay wherever you are tuning in from. Let us know that too. I was just looking, and we have over 2,000 people in our Shine On and Party group.
Yes.
That is so cool. That means we have people from all over the country. And I'm curious to know if we have all 50 states represented. I'm curious to know that. So as you're hopping on, just put what state you're from. And I want to go back and do a total of all the states and see what we're missing, and that way everybody can maybe invite a few more people so that we can have all 50 states represented. How cool would that be?
Yeah, amazing. That's the best part, like being able to be in your living room or in your office and you're interacting with people all over the country.
Right?
It's so much fun. Like,
It is.
I never would have pictured that, like in your living room, having friends across the country.
Right? I often have thought, this is a side note, but I've often thought how cool it would be to do like a road trip and like just connect with people like as we're driving through across the country and be like, hey, let's meet up for lunch. Hey, like, can I spend the night on your couch? Right? Like, I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
We've met so many people across the country that I think that would be a really cool, like spontaneous thing to do. I don't know if my husband would go for that. He's not the spontaneous one. He's the planner. But I think it'd be fun.
Totally. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, as you are joining in, welcome in, say hello, and we're just going to chat with you a little bit. We're going to tell you about who we are and how Park Lane came into our lives. And then we're along the way going to answer some of the most popular questions that we hear. And of course, we have to bring in our Barbie theme that we've been talking about all week long. Let us know, have you seen the movie yet? Or are you planning on seeing it? Let us know that too, because we want to know. But how do you create your own Barbie world? How do you create that perfect life for you, and what does that look like? So we're going to be kind of talking about that too. So Ashley, tell us a little bit about how Park Lane came into your life and what that looks like for you.
Oh man, I love the idea of this conversation because that's exactly what Park Lane has been for me. It's been my way to create my own little perfect Barbie dream world. And that sounds so silly when you hear it like at face value, but before I was with Park Lane, I had quit my career to stay home with my kids because one of my daughters got diagnosed with a chronic severe disease, and working outside the home was a no-go. She was 1 year old. I mean, it was a very scary time of life. I was super stressed. The farthest from my dream life I probably could have been, like barring a few circumstances. Somebody invited me to a party. I did not wear jewelry, Jen. Not a dang ring. I wore nothing. And I went to this party and I saw all these pieces and I thought, oh my gosh, my mom would love this. My sister loves bracelet. Like I was thinking of all these people that I loved. And then I asked the lady, I was like, how much do you make from this? And she tallied up and she's like, well, I'm at this much for tonight. And I was like, dang, I could do that. That sounds fun. And then, like, in passing at the end, she was like, oh, it's just this much to join and you get $500 of jewelry. And I just, like, threw my pencil down and I was like, why didn't you tell me that, like, when I got here? Because it was just, I immediately saw the potential.
Yeah.
Like, right away. Because the people I love came to mind. The fun that I needed came to mind. And then the extra income came to mind. So all the pieces just came together. I hosted my Decider show to feel it out, kind of learn the process, and it was freaking easy. which I needed. I needed no stress at that time
Yeah.
at all. And so I did that with her, and I got my first $388 check for one night of work, and that was it. And that was like 6 years ago. And I love it. And now what I use that income for me is all the stuff that I want that's extra, or if we have like a need that we need to budget for that's like not fun, but we need to budget, need quick income, like I can look at a total of money that we need for something and go have a party with that goal in mind. That is so empowering. There's nothing that comes up anymore that I feel powerless to. And that was the dream life I needed, was I needed to feel some kind of power again. And that was it. And that's what it is to this day. And I love that.
That's really cool. I love so much of your story, but I really love that you felt like that you had power with your income, and you had power to name it and say, this is what I need, and be able to immediately, because we'll talk about this later, but because we get paid weekly, that was something that you could say, oh, I'm going to need this money as soon as possible.
Yes.
And that's super powerful.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Awesome. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I can't believe it's been 7 years here in August for me that Park Lane came to be. And I was actually 9 months pregnant, ready to give birth to my daughter when I attended a Park Lane party. And I was kind of like you, that jewelry was not like a big part of my style life. I wore like baby studs, maybe a little matching necklace, like think Rue, but not so blingy. Which I think is hysterical because Rue is like little, right? Yeah. But that was it. A lot of the reason why is because I couldn't wear earrings because they were itchy as heck. And that was a part that was different with Park Lane, is that I ended up ordering that night and I could wear the earrings and they didn't bother me. And I was like, well, that's cool. I love this product. That's really awesome. I'll probably order again. And then my best friend ended up joining, and then she was like, Jen, you have to do this. You would be so good at this. Well, let's fast forward, because that was about 3 months later. Now I had a 3-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. And I was like, I don't know if this is great timing. I'm working a full-time job, going back to work with this infant and toddler. I don't know. I don't know. She kept saying, Jen, just try it. You have nothing to lose, right? And then the income started working in my brain. And I thought, you know, it really would be great to get rid of my student loans. I would really love to not have that payment anymore. And so my husband and I talked about it, and then we started researching lots of other companies, and there was nothing that compared, especially the comp plan, to Park Lane. And so I thought, you know what, let me do that launch party. Let me see what I can do with it, and we'll just kind of take it from there. Well, like I said, we're 7 years in. I have definitely paid off those student loans. And we have paid or bought and paid off a car. We have been able to do really just fun, the extra things that you talked about with our kiddos, from, you know, little things like going to the zoo, or saying yes to ice cream when we're out, or out to lunch dates, to, you know, fun vacations as a family. So lots of those extra things along the way. And now I walked away from that full-time job a couple years ago, and Park Lane is now my full-time income, and I get to work that around, again, our family schedule. It becomes something that, yes, I'm making full-time income, but I get to decide what those hours look like. And again, talk about power, right? Talk about taking back what is good for our family and getting to decide what that looks like for us. So yeah, I think that's really cool, that powerful just mantra that we are talking about, fits with both of our stories.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the benefit of, that I didn't understand the benefit and value of direct sales beforehand. I didn't even before I got involved.
Yes.
I had friends that sold certain stuff and I always thought, well, I don't really need that product, or I didn't, but now, post COVID, especially like from COVID start on, I'm so glad to have my foot in the door somewhere, because I have this like ongoing sense of stability where I have a direct relationship with all my customers. And that is a game changer. People want that so much right now. And that's not going to go anywhere. People are used to that now.
Right. Totally. It's funny, as you talk about direct sales, I know that there might not be there, like I said, there's a couple thousand people in this group. Maybe you were just added and you're not exactly sure what direct sales is. So what does direct sales mean to you? What does that look like as far as what is direct sales?
So direct sales is basically, I would explain it like it's directly from us to the customer. Yeah. We get to have this relationship with our customers, and we kind of get to be the face of Park Lane to people, but they get to work through us and get to know us. There's not a big store they have to go shop in, and then we're just a cashier. Right. All of that is cut out, which is why we get to have an amazing comp plan.
Yeah.
They don't have all of those extra expenses. It's just us and them.
Yeah. And I think too, like just to one step further, is that when you say us, it's direct from Park Lane to the customer. Yes. So we don't even have to have the inventory to guess, I wonder what color eyeshadow that my customers are going to want. Let me get 10 of those and 15 of this color, right? We don't keep 12 different pairs of earrings of the same kind. We don't do any of that. Park Lane does the shipping on our behalf. Like you said, we just get to be in the relationship building business and have fun with our customers and show all of the samples that we get. And oftentimes most of those are for free as well. And then we just, yeah, exactly.
So fun.
Yeah. Yep. And I think the customer service aspect of it too, like I think that people don't get that as much as we used to. Right. I was just recently doing some shoe shopping with a few other gals, and the salesperson took the shoes that we wanted and that needed to go get the sizes. He never came back. We waited there and waited there, and he never came back. So we all ended up leaving the store, and it's just like I'm so confused as to like what that customer service, like where's it gone? And so we get to offer that too, which is really special also. So I don't think that this question really needs much convincing, especially in this group, but tell me some highlights of why you picked jewelry and why you feel like being in the jewelry business. There are tons of direct sales companies and lots of different products, but why jewelry?
Yeah, I mean, that's a super good question, because Forbes is talking about like over 20 million people. They're saying closer to 30 million now that are supplementing income with direct sales. So you could take your pick. There's like any product you could think of, or any service almost. Like it's crazy. But with jewelry, this is an industry that remains stable even through economic depressions. Like, it's always around. It's super safe in terms of like people are going to want it.
Yeah.
And as women, we know every holiday that comes around, we will easily find ourselves in the accessory section of some store. Like, oh, maybe she would like this. Maybe she would like this. Like, oh my gosh. Yep. But with Park Lane, we have this fabulous service where you can connect with the stylist and they can help you to curate a gift. And there are so many gifting seasons of the year that require jewelry. So Christmas, birthdays, graduation, Mother's Days. I mean, it can keep going and going. Special celebrations like quinceañeras or baptisms. There's always a reason. And in my mind, there's always a reason to give a gift in general. It doesn't have to be like a specific date. that is one of my favorite things because I know jewelry is such a worldwide, I think it's like always in the top 3 given gifts. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will regularly.
Right behind flowers and chocolate. So, I'm gonna take the jewelry.
Absolutely. I go all the time. When I pick up a prescription, when I go to the post office, when I eat out, I leave jewelry on the table all the time with a little note. Sometimes it's with like a, hey, if you want to make extra money, whatever. And sometimes it's just like, here, you look like this would make you happy.
Yeah.
You can always know your product is going to make somebody smile.
So true.
Yeah.
And then also just another highlight that I think of from the business side of it is that jewelry is so inexpensive to ship as well. And it's easy to store. So the samples that we have, I keep them in little trays and they just stack so nicely on a little shelf. And then as far as shipping them, when we get to ship prizes out, you know how generous we get to be in this group here. It's so inexpensive to ship out jewelry, and that makes a big difference as well when you're thinking about the overall cost of doing business. So yeah, I think that those are all really great highlights to consider when you're considering a product. So the next question would be, we all know we love jewelry. That doesn't, you don't have to do much convincing here in this group, but why Park Lane Jewelry? And for me, I think when I think of Park Lane, I think about our customer sale, right? We get to offer the best customer sale that there is with your 2 low-priced items, your 4 half-price items, your bonus items, taking a $200 piece and getting to offer that for $30. That sells itself. Our customer program is incredible. All right, go ahead and let us know in the comments if you have ever been a host. Have you hosted a style party with your stylist? Tag your stylist, let them know how awesome it was, right? And then think about how much free and discounted jewelry that you got just for being a host. Again, we as stylists get to offer that every single day to anybody and everybody that wants to get free and discounted jewelry. You're getting $400, $500, $600, $700 in free and discounted jewelry as often as you want. And then there is our comp plan as stylists that then you can get paid for sharing all of those amazing programs. And that speaks volumes. When you have a comp plan, a hostess plan, and a customer plan that you can confidently stand behind, that makes what we do fun. That makes what we do willing to take whatever it is, the time that you have, that you decide to put into your business, whether, it is 10 minutes in the school pickup line, whether it is, that time after the kiddos go to bed where you just want some you time and you get to connect with other ladies. That's time that you can spend. And it's exciting because we have the best programs here at Park Lane. Now, that is just 3 things. Ashley, what are some other highlights that you can think of that you would say, why Park Lane?
Okay, well, one of them is they're family owned and they've been around since 1955.
Yes.
55. That's right. A long time. So I feel really safe with that. Like, as I've hosted or found hostesses and hosted my own Park Lane events in my group, and I've met other people from other direct sales companies, and sadly, I've seen a lot of my friends lose their positions in their companies, and their companies go under completely. And those 2 things would be really anxiety-provoking for me. Like, number one, I mentioned I have the daughter that has the chronic severe disease. I have 4 other kids. So there are times when I got to step back. If I didn't step back, I'd be a bad mom. That's always going to come first. We all know that. Any mom in this group that's like, can I make this work? Yes, you can, because you make it what you want it to be and what you need it to be. When there are seasons of life but you have to step back and give it less time. I don't have to worry about coming back and losing my pay raises that I've got. I've gotten multiple pay raises and I don't have to lose them. I can continue making my high percentage for every sale that I get. When I had to take it, I had a baby 10 months ago. The last one, don't worry. So when I stepped away for a little while, it was like, okay, I had most weeks I still had a little something going in just from regular customers that, you get these, natural business people over time that just shop, you don't do a lot of work for them at all. But then there was some weeks where it was really low. And when I was ready to come back and I got a couple parties back on the books, I didn't have to go earn back my commission.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, God. Like, this is so good. So it respects your time as a mother, as a wife, as a friend, as a sister. And, it respects your time. It knows family comes first because it's family owned. So they prioritize and understand. They have serious sympathy and compassion and love for every single stylist. In our stylist groups, when someone has had a family tragedy and has shared it, the leaders will talk about how loved and precious this person is to them, and they'll lift them up in prayer. I mean, they are a very kind, loving group of individuals and very accepting. So I love that. I feel secure. And when all those other roles that kind of make you scared to give it a try, when those pop in your head, they know that they're your priority. So you're not judged. You're not shamed. You're not losing any money. Love that.
Yeah.
Second of all, they're so stable. They're debt-free and cash-rich.
Yeah.
So they can give us amazing promotions. You're never going to say, oh, my commission check didn't come in and I didn't get paid for something and there's this issue with money. Nope. It is like clockwork, super secure. And we don't have to worry about them going under. On the contrary, they're on the tippy top of every trend. They know what's going on in the industry. They're offering more and more and more fun stuff for all of us. So it's like this sparkly, if you could think about making a dream life for yourself, it's all of this.
Yeah.
It's just that they're amazing. It's a safe company. And I love that. And then they respect where every man and woman comes from, their priorities. And I think that is one of the values. I think they're on their third generation of ownership, like they're transitioning to third generation. So they're very family oriented. So when anybody walks in and, their dad or their partner has an issue, they can step away and take care of that partner. I mean, that is very comforting. And if you do the research on other companies in the industry and you research all of these things we've mentioned, the comp plans, the commission, the stability, Parkland really wears the crown for a lot of it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you in that, and have gotten to experience so many of those things firsthand also. And so I'm so grateful for that sensitive place of where they come from. And then just a couple other highlights that you get to take advantage of with Parkland is that we have 2 incentive trips every single year. That it's not like you have to be an executive, level to earn these trips. Ashley has earned trips. I have earned trips. We have, many stylists. If you're a stylist watching, if you have earned a trip, drop where those places are that you have earned them to, because our trips here at Parkland are incredible and exquisite and extravagant, and that is a fun perk. With that, if you don't want to travel, you can always take the cash bonus from that, or you can, of course, travel. We have a Mercedes car program that you can earn at your very first level of leadership here. Our Rich Rewards program, our free jewelry, $1,100 in free jewelry that you have the ability to earn each and every month. So as you have seen us be generous, it's because Parkland is generous to us. And we just get to continue that generosity and offer it out to our customers and our hostesses and random people along the way out and about. I love always, Ashley mentioned, leaving things when she's out. I love to travel with jewelry. And so flight attendants and things like that. I love to be able to just gift little things here and there. So just lots of different things that you can do with your Parkland business. So let us know as you're watching here, what are some highlights that are intriguing to you? Maybe you're like, ooh, that sounds good. Or I need to know more about that. Let us know here in the comments, and let us know what is standing out to you and what would you do? What would you do with $600? Let's just say that in the month of August, you could earn $600. What would you do with that $600? Think about it. What would you do with it? Would you use it for something personal? Would you use it for a bill that you have? Would you use it for a last minute vacation before school starts? Would you use it for a home repair or a remodel that you have? Would you use it for a medical bill? What would you use $600 for? Because guess what? You get to choose where your Park Lane money goes. Your weekly paycheck, you get to decide that. So I love that. So Ashley, why now? Why is now a great time to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Why would now be good?
I think there's never a wrong time for self-care.
Mm-hmm.
And that self-care can look lots of different ways. That nobody's going to come knock on your door and be like, hey, I know you have all these things that are stressing you out, and there's something you can do that's super fun. And you're going to get girl time, and you're going to get some extra cash, and you're going to get some sparkly fun jewelry, probably all of it for free. So, to me, in my experience, just as a mom, as a homeschool mom, it's self-care. It's my happy place. I don't know a time that I don't want that. There's never a time that I'm not going to just feel nurtured in it. Mm-hmm. When I have a Park Lane event and I'm with these fun women that I might know one or two, it feeds my soul to speak to these other women and learn about them and see them just shine and light up when they love a piece of jewelry. I get to know them and their stories. There's never a time that's not going to feed someone's soul. There's never a time that we don't want extra money. And right now we're going into what we call the golden quarter. So we didn't talk about that yet, but that's basically when sales are the highest all year long, and they just come to you because people are looking forward into the holidays. We're about to enter that quarter. Yep. So by the time you have your launch party, you're setting up a VIP group, people are going to be having fall season transitioning wardrobes and gifts on the forefront of their mind. Yep. So, I mean, literally starting a business into the fall quarter, you are setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
And not only that, think of all the money you can put aside for your gift shopping or for your family holiday trip. Maybe you've always wanted to make a really magical holiday. I'm going to let you in on a little pro tip. It doesn't happen overnight. You're going to have to start now and prepping and planning to make it happen. So all of that is there waiting literally at your fingertips right now, at your fingertips to get going. So it's kind of perfect. It's the perfect timing. And you have the Barbie group. This is there's not going to be a better time to do it than that.
Right.
And I think there's even still some special perks for when you host your launch show right now.
Yeah. So when you just say, sign me up, I'm ready, let me try this, you're getting an additional $100 in your kit. So instead of $500, you're getting $600 in jewelry that you get to choose for just $99, which again, we're going to help you to cover that with your very first party. And you're going to get the best of the best coaching and mentoring here on our Shine On team. We really pride ourselves in what we offer for coaching and mentoring to jump into to Park Lane here on our team.
Yes. And then, worst case scenario.
Yeah, I love that. I'm definitely a worst case scenario gal. So yeah, absolutely. Shoot it to me straight, girl.
Worst case scenario, you pay your $99, you choose your $600 of jewelry, and then it arrives and you have an event and you fumble and flop and you get so anxious and you hate it and you don't make any sales and you think, gosh, this was really hard. I don't even want to give it a second go. You still got $600 of amazing jewelry. You're going to leave better than you showed up anyway. And it's a learning experience. You gave it a try.
Yeah.
The cool part, though, while there are no quotas, there's no inventory, you could have that awful experience, go take a breather for a couple weeks and come back. You don't get kicked out because you don't do your launch show right away.
No.
Like, you don't have to do anything for like 6 months. Nobody's gonna see it. Like, just it is what you want it to be. The time you put into it, the success you have, you're gonna have so many resources, but it's about what you want to put in. And there's no wrong way to do that. If you just want to make $100, fine. You're gonna have a problem not making more than that. Honestly, if you have a party that's got activity, you might be making over what you wanted, but it's you what you want to make of it, and that's the beauty of your dream life.
Yeah.
You make it what you want to be. Worst case scenario, you're just gonna look better in your jewelry. You're just gonna have even more jewelry than you
Right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So let us know. Let us know if you're like, I need a little bit more info. We're going to drop in the comments our survey for you to fill out. That is how you get entered to win the free piece of jewelry for this week's jewelry chat. So make sure that you fill out that survey for us so that we have your info to do the drawing and to know where to send your prize to. So make sure you grab that from the comment or ask your stylist, tag your stylist, and let them know that you need the survey, and we will direct message that to you. If you have additional questions, drop them here in the comments, and we'll circle back and make sure that all of your questions are answered. But we cannot wait to work with you and help you to build your dream life here at Park Lane, whatever that looks like. So thanks for taking just a little while with us tonight. I hope that you found this encouraging, and we can't wait to welcome you into our sparkly Barbie world really soon.
Bye.